Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm going to do a reading for Divine Masculine's current energy, what he's got going on. If you're interested in a private reading, all of my information for that is in the box below. Make sure that you guys are hitting the like button, commenting, subscribing, sharing if you feel called to share. It really does help in supporting the channel for videos to be seen more in the, recommended videos portion of YouTube. I do have my music on right now. They have me put on the Dave Matthews station. I didn't have it on all day today. I did a couple other readings that I'm getting ready to post. And it was not called to have my music on, and if you have been to this channel, you know that I'm obsessed with music and super clairaudient and get a lot of messages through music. It is a big part of me. So not having it on today was kind of important for some reason, but it's also pretty significant that it does need to be on in this reading for some reason. I needed to say that out loud. I needed to tell you that because it's almost a message from this Divine Masculine that the music is on for a reason. Listen to the music. There are messages coming from him. He is sending you things. Spirit is wanting you to pay attention because they want to tell you things about him. And also one of the messages is whatever you have going on right now, whatever messages or whatever issues you have going on right now, you need to bring that music back into your realm again and rely on the healing that you find in music and sound and tones and things like that. That's the message. So I meant for this reading to be for the Divine Masculines. Obviously, I know the Divine Feminines cross-watch, and I'm usually talking to the Divine Feminine. My intention was to do a reading for the Divine Masculine, but apparently what's happening is a Divine Masculine has swooped in and wants to speak to whatever Divine Feminines are watching Divine Masculine readings. I'm going to do an extended for this one also. So if you're interested in that at the end, the link for that is in the box below. All right, let's get into it and find out what he has to say other than turn your radio on and start listening to music again. It's like he wants you to dance around and keep things light for yourself for some reason. Some of you are not sleeping. Some of you are depleted in energy, and I almost hear his voice like, you're not getting enough sleep. You know how you do that sometimes? It's not good for you. I see you. Don't do that. You're not paying attention to you enough for some reason. That's what he's saying. There's something that you're scared of. I just heard scared of the dark. Like as if it's your inner child who can't sleep at night because she's afraid of the dark. But it also applies to you now. It's why you can't sleep. It's being afraid of the dark. That's what I'm hearing. It's the 35 card. That is a specific message for someone who actually is 35. It's almost like it's embarrassing for you that you're 35 years old and actually literally scared of the dark. But there's a reason behind it. They're validating for you that yes, this reading is going to be for you, and also that there's going to be other people that chime in the comments and say, I'm scared of the dark too. I don't know why, but I have always slept with some sort of light on or something like that. That's for somebody specifically. It also breaks down to a number 8. 8 card. It's all about growth. It's about spiritual growth, they're telling me. And there's a purpose for just the statement scared of the dark when it comes to this part, this phase of your spiritual growth. It has something to do with that. The fact that you're scared of shadows, what's in the shadows. They told me, and I hear the shadows that come when you close your eyes. Okay, let's get more about that. Or let's just keep going. It's so interesting how these things play out too. It's I don't know what I was expecting, but the energy that's here now is different than what I was expecting. There's something in that too. The feeling of getting something. Obviously, Spirit tells us what we need to hear. So it's receiving and getting whatever message you need to hear, and not the one you expected to hear or the one maybe you wanted to hear. There's a message in that for someone. Okay, well, part of that message is that you may have veered off course just a little bit. This Divine Masculine wants to tell you that he sees that you have veered off your path a little bit. Temple path is in reverse. It's the number 3 card. It's number 12, but it's the number 3, breaks down to 3. And the 3 for me is always the Trinity, the unity of mind, body, and spirit. And it feels like he's trying to tell you that there's something that he sees that is out of alignment when it comes to those 3 things. Something has knocked you off of your spiritual path, the flow that you have going, or the way you were headed on your path. He now thinks that you have veered off of your path. And he believes it's because you have fear of the unknown that is connected to maybe a time in your life when you were afraid of the dark, maybe something from your childhood, maybe the traumas. Maybe there's stability in relying on being scared of the dark because, I don't know, there's some kind of attachment there. But that's what he's looking at. You can even see he's looking over at this kind of like, he can feel it in you. He can feel that you have fear. And it's not like you. That's his impression of you. Whether that's the case or not, that is the way that he's seeing you right now. Bottom of the deck, okay. The bottom of the deck is the underlying energy. It's what's holding this up, what's hidden that we can't see. And I see the red in this root chakra. And this is connected to what I was just saying, was that's his impression of you. But it feels like that impression, that the way that you're acting, your energy, the energy that he feels from you being afraid and being off of your path is stemming from something inside of him that he's not leaning into. Something has hurt him. Something has hurt him, and it's something hurts. And it's making him it's giving him fear, actually. It's giving him fear that the path that he had seen for you and for him, that it's gotten turned on its head, that it's been knocked off course. He doesn't realize that you're always on the right path. You get to choose that path, you get to carve that path. Maybe the one that you were on was leading to the timeline, the path that you get to step on to then carve your own. The path that you've been on up until now has been a specific path, and the impression and the perception that you had of that path until then was necessary. Maybe it's time for a new path. Maybe he's seen the path shift for you. He's seen a change in you. He's felt a change in you. 11:11 on my recording. And he's disappointed, and it hurts him for some reason. He has fear. He has fear connected to the shift he sees in you and where you're headed. He has fear that your eyes are not open. All right. Let's see what else he has to say. I also, for some reason, I had to have my tiger's eye on today, and they also wanted me to read this little card that came along with my tiger's eye pendant when I bought it. It looks like a cat. Looks like a cat eye. Some of you needed to see that. And in the Lightworker video that I posted, if you're watching this later, or am going to post if you're actually watching this today, I said something about some of you being activated to Lyrian energy so that you can see in the dark. Activated to owl energy also. Maybe Pleiadian energy so that you can now see in the dark. I had mentioned that in the Lightworker video. You might want to go over and watch that because it's connected to this. And then, I said something here about being scared of the dark. So it's leaning into and integrating the activation to that Lyrian energy and being able to see in the dark. That is headed your way almost. So this tiger's eye, it's just like a little card that comes with it. Tiger's eye is good to bring money, psychic protection, courage, luck, confidence, willpower, clear thinking, and speak. Great for the solar plexus and crown chakra. Tiger's eye works on our mental plane by amplifying thinking and manifesting what you think about. Helps separate thoughts from feelings, more centered, less emotional. It brings good luck to one who wears or carries it. I like the part about helps separate thoughts from feelings, more centered, less emotional. It helps us to receive messages, receive intuitive messages, and not attach to them and turn them over and over in our minds. That's the energy from that I'm picking up. That I don't know that he is aware. I don't know that he is confident that that is the case for you. It almost feels like, okay, all right. So this divine masculine is healing a feminine wound. He is healing, actively healing. So if I'm speaking to a divine feminine, that's why it felt like a little bit confusing, because it's really, there's not much separation now between the divine masculine energy and the feminine energy, because he really has leaned into and stepped into feminine, sacred feminine energy, and he is healing that side of himself. There's dark feminine energy that he is healing. So if you go back to the beginning of this video and you listen to, it's almost like the divine masculine is talking to the divine feminine side of himself, and he's saying to himself, you're scared of the dark. And it's okay to It's okay to be unsure. It's okay to not be comfortable in that arena for some reason. All you have to do is shine your light, really. Um, but it's okay not knowing that it's okay to sit in the dark for a little bit. It's okay to be there and let your eyes adjust a little bit. Just integrate, let your eyes adjust, and, slowly be able to see around you. That can be part of the path too. It doesn't need to knock you off your path by sitting in it, as long as you don't attach to the darkness. You attach to the darkness, and then that's where the fear comes from. Then the unknown is frightening, and it controls you, and you get stuck there, and you keep your eyes closed until the light comes on or whatever. If you just sit there and let your eyes adjust to it, you can really see and make out figures, and you can see the world around you and make your way. And, if you're able to see in the dark, it doesn't have a control over you. You don't need to even turn a light on when it's dark. You can see. All right, I'm going to see what else he has to say. Thank you. Four of Cups, King of Swords, Three of Pentacles. He's sad because the energy that he knew, like I said, on this path, what this path looked like for him, for you, the divine feminine also, there's no separation right now. It's changing. It's not what he thought it was. Something has shifted, and he doesn't see that this thing next to him is not sad. It's not something he's longing for, what he knew before and what the picture looked like to him from before. He doesn't realize that something was just offered to him. A new start, a new creative kind of structure, and just the ability to craft things in a new way. That's a gift. It's whatever this, there was some sort of offer, there was some sort of message that came to him, that it was like, here's an offer of real love for you, for us. And he's looking at it like, well, that fucking sucks. That's not what I thought it was going to be. That is not what I want at all. And so I don't want any of it then. He doesn't understand that this is a gift offering from above, really. Let me listen to the song real quick. I did all that I could. Remember, we used to dance and everyone wanted to be you and me. The picture that was painted of the way this path was headed between the two of you guys has been a little bit shook up for him, and he's feeling very sad. He's feeling very sad, but he doesn't like the feeling of that sadness. He doesn't like the darkness that surrounds the energy of sadness. He doesn't see the gift in whatever this offer was. And so in order to avoid the pain of this, the emotional pain of this, it's almost like the way that it was in the beginning was he had a message for you. This is about you. This is something that you need to change. This is something that you are doing wrong, divine feminine. Almost like he's putting that out there to you and wanting to just turn the light on, just flip the light on. If you're scared of the dark, or if you're not comfortable in the dark, or it's not necessary to not be able to see around you. If you have a light right there, why don't you just turn the light on? Why would you want to sit in this? Why would you like really want to feel this? Why not just flip the light on and okay. He's not turned to see, everything, the gift that this was. Makes him uncomfortable. But it was a gift. It was something that has set something even better into motion. This is the Three of Pentacles. So like I was saying, this Temple Path is the number 3 card, mind, body, and spirit. Whatever it was that was taken out of alignment on that previous path has now shifted into a new realm that opens up possibilities for alignment in mind, body, and spirit in a new way that is like freeing. It's freedom to create this new path, to carve this new path in a different way. Let's get some more. Ace of Wands. I'll listen to the song again. Never changes a thing. The week ends, the week begins. It's almost like he's longing for just to get out of this phase that he's been in his life. Wanting to move forward on his path, feeling like he's been knocked off his path, you've been knocked off of your path is disorienting because he just wants to move forward with it. Like, that's beautiful. He wants to head to that gazebo. That's what he's been imagining for so long. It's upsetting to think that, okay, all along I've been headed this way, and now why am I don't want to go that way. I want to go this way. This is the way I've been headed. Why? Let's just get back on track again. But it looks like that path was meant to be a healing path. It was meant to be the path of healing. If there's something that's been knocked off course from that, it is meant to shift gears onto a new path. A new timeline is being constructed where there is even more freedom in the creation, in the passion, in the drive, in the new way of manifesting than you could have thought before. It's they were like this when they came out. I do pay attention to the way that the energies on the cards are facing. They all do it the same. They all do it the same way. It's almost like this new path is the start of a new kind of venture, a new modality, a new way of being, a new flow for the mission. It's exciting and it's passionate and it's driven and it's just like has sparked a whole new and will spark a whole new drive, a whole new push forward, an exciting push forward. But he does have to not ignore this, to allow the emotions of this to be real to this, and allow that to cleanse him. Because there are reasons behind this. There are reasons that if you sit in the dark long enough and your eyes adjust to it, it's clear. You just have to sit still. The good thing about the darkness is that it removes other senses. It removes your sight and makes you focus on other senses, and it heightens those. Your hearing. You'll be able to hear better if you focus on what you can use in the dark. your hearing, your feeling, your senses, anchoring into your body. So that the energy of that message felt like it was from him also. He's telling you those things too. So he's telling himself those things at the same time. There is such little separation between those two energies the way it feels right now. It's about him. He's saying it to himself, but he's also saying it to you. It could be that you guys are in the exact same situation. There's something going on here that you guys are mirroring each other in some way when it comes to whatever the energy of this was. Whatever this offer was, either you offered to him or he offered to you, or something that you said to him or something that he said to you, has caused this kind of reaction, not realizing that what it was actually a gift. It was an offer. It was kind of like, here, let's really move forward onto a new path that's going to be bold and bright and energized and passionate, and just a new passionate way forward. It feels like neither one of you can see that. You need to sit still in the dark and listen to that. Cool. Full card. Throat chakra issues. It's hard to admit that. It's hard to say, yes, I did have an idea for how something was going, and I can't imagine, I just can't imagine that being true, or it's not what I was manifesting, or it's not what my reality is, or what I want it to be. But there's the Fool card. Sorry. I don't usually do it this way. I usually have the camera on the cards themselves. Okay, so it was like this. No, it wasn't. What the hell? All right. New passionate beginning. New drive. New focus. Renewed passion. Renewed creativity. It's like a new venture. It's a new creative idea. If you can just lean in. This guy is sitting over here looking at the Fool. Just lean in. And so I read something today that said, we don't always need to let go. We don't always need to let go. Sometimes there are things sitting in the darkness that you can see that are gifts, and they are beautiful, and they are meant to show you something. And it may feel like it's sad or unexpected or not something that you want, but if you trust the universe, if you just trust and let in instead of trying so hard to let go, let in the healing that comes from letting your eyes adjust, giving yourself some time to just sit in the healing and integrate it. It's not that you're stuck in it, you're just integrating it. The important thing is to not allow yourself to get stuck in it. There is a difference. There's a shift in mentality and intention that I am not attached to the energy of this shadow. I see it though, and I see the lessons in it. I am appreciating the lessons in what happened then, allowing my eyes to adjust to what those lessons were and how it now is going to apply to the rest of my life. And allowing, instead of being able to see with your eyes and with your mind, just allowing it to integrate into your body and into your flow and into your reality in everyday life. Spirit is trying to get you to sit still and see that in order to integrate it and appreciate it. appreciate it for the gift that it was and that it is, to be able to look back on it and see how far you've come since then, and see where you were back then, the way that you used to be back then, the reactions that you used to have back then, and how they just don't resonate with who you are anymore. Take those lessons, seal them up in a pretty little package, and heal that timeline and heal and seal and clear that timeline so that you can step onto the new one. Because this new one is even better. It's even better. But first you have to close the door. You have to close the door and allow whatever kind of completion is happening right now. And it's happening as you sit in the darkness. It doesn't need to be scary. It doesn't need to be scary. The illusion is that it is foreboding and that it's a storm and that it is these clouds that are offering this thing are storm clouds. But really, they are just there because clouds are good when it's super hot out and you need to kind of block out the sun just a little bit. It helps. They're not storm clouds. And as you can see, the Fool is taking a step off the cliff, and he is not facing this way. He is stepping off the cliff and just trusting that when this completion, when this karmic completion happens, it's behind him. It is behind him. It's in the past. He can see that. He was looking at it. He was sitting in the middle of it. He was healing it. He was sealing it up. And that portal is going to be closing. The portal for that closure, that number 10, is happening during this Mercury retrograde. It really is. The Divine Masculines are healing something really big. So, Divine Masculines are healing a part of their Dark Feminine. The Feminines are healing and stepping into their Sacred Masculine energy. So if I'm talking about the Divine Masculine this entire time, it's about you healing and removing those distortions from your Divine Masculine energy. Did you receive some kind of offer? Did somebody say something to you? Did he say something to you, or she, that I heard Romeo. Romeo's like, yeah, I did. That you just didn't like, that triggered you, that made you sit and cross your arms and pout like this, so that you're not able to see the gift that was. Because this is about you. All right, there's more here. I'm actually going to do another spread in the extended reading, and get more into what it is, this Divine Masculine, what you and he need to be doing in order to allow yourselves to trust. There are big trust issues right now, trusting the universe especially, and trusting your guidance. You are the universe, and so the universe is within you. So if you don't trust, you're not trusting yourself for some reason. Why is that? And how can you do that in order to facilitate the closure of this old timeline, the old story that you have been living in and sitting on in order to step into the new one? We're going to get into that in the extended. Link for that is below. Yeah, if you guys want a private reading, again, go to my information in the box below, go to my website, and book a reading. I look forward to working with you. Thanks, guys.